welcome to another episode of Super Game and Scotch. My name is Aiden, and I'm joined today by Rand and Jaden. How's it going?
It's going well.
Going well?
I'm Rand, by the way.
You Rand?
I'm Jaden. I'm the white one.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. If this is the first time you're tuning onto the show, we are a show that combines gaming and drinking. So today we're testing out. We haven't actually had ciders on the show yet. So I thought that might
Not
be
at all?
Not at all, no. It's usually beer. We've had whiskey. We've had scotch once, but never cider. I thought we'd mix it up on the show today. And today we're having from the Ernest Cider apple strudel, handcrafted with honey.
I tasted the honey. It's very good, actually. I like it.
I haven't had it yet. I'm having some right now.
Can I see the can?
Of course. You can keep it if you want.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
It's where's it from? I used to work at a cider place, which you know.
Yeah, that's why I thought.
So I'm an
oh,
expert.
Jane probably knows about cider. I'll bring some in.
Get lots of notes of apple on that one.
Just like, it's shit. It's bad cider.
Is it Ontario?
Yeah, Ernest is Ontario, but I forget where it is. Oh, it's a Newmarket.
We love Newmarket, Ontario.
Thank you to our sponsor, the city of Newmarket, Ontario.
Newmarket, Ontario. Yeah. But yeah,
It's good.
It's good. What do you guys think of the drink? Is it too sweet? Is it
Nope.
got a little?
It's very good. I love it.
I'm usually not a big with sweet drinks. I find it.
It is kind of
forces me out
sweet,
a
but
little
it's
bit.
like it's like a little sweet, but no, it's good. I feel like I don't know if I could drink like more than one can at a time, but
Where you worked, did they have their own brews of cider, or did they just?
no.
No, it's just a place to get different kinds of cider.
They did like a couple collaborations with a couple cideries, to kind of like combine flavors. Like they would bring ideas, I think, to different cideries. So
Cool.
there were a couple of those, but I was mostly just like importing from different cideries around Ontario. There's like an insane amount of cideries.
Insane.
Yes, legitimately
Legitimately.
crazy, illegal. I think.
Illegal.
Yes,
Well,
unsafe. There's an unsafe amount of cideries in this province.
Should I cut this off? Like,
Yeah.
This is the.
I feel
this
unsafe
is-
talking about it. If that gives you any indication about how
So
unsafe this
if we
situation is.
lose, we can't find you anymore. We have to assume the cider place
Some
is
shit
taken-
went down.
Took you out.
with the cideries.
He's onto us. He's onto us. But I have you guys on because you guys are part of a very funny web series called Rand and Jaden, and I thought I would show my audience your funny shit.
Thank you.
It's good. And like you guys are really funny. You got the little banters together, and do you guys want to talk about the show a little bit or?
No.
Okay, moving on. I'm writing my
Yes.
notes. Okay, on my notes, Rand and Jane web series. That's all I've got. To topic conversations.
Yeah, it started. Well, you know, you were part of it at the very beginning.
I'm just pretending to be ignorant for the show. I don't know anything about it. Pretend I don't.
Yeah, it started out as like a sketch comedy series, kind of like a gay-focused satirical look at millennial life. So we did like a first batch
Season.
of episodes, season type
Yeah, would you call it a season?
Thing.
Season or
Season 0.
kind of.
Pile
Season
of
0, proof of
episodes?
concept,
Yeah.
proof of concept.
pilot episodes,
Demo.
demos,
Yeah.
etc.
And I was a part of that.
And Aiden was
You
a part of
were,
that,
yes.
building our brand. And yeah, since then we've just kind of put out like sketches here and there, and we're trying to kind of make the switch into narrative for the last little while. So
Having like properly structured seasons instead of like the sketch comedy. Like
yeah, so we still do sketches. Like I love sketch comedy. I grew up in high school. I spent like most of my time watching Mad TV
yeah,
on YouTube.
yeah. And
That was
like,
most of what I did in high school.
yeah. I watched a lot of SNL growing up. Like watching those like Will Ferrell, like the cowbell. Just killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we wanted to kind of switch to narrative to create like a world that you could really kind of invest in, and
Yeah.
these characters you could actually kind of care about more.
Yeah.
So it's still like very over the top and like sarcastic and kind of what the show is, but it's a little more like the
Add a little bit more heart to it. Or,
yeah. And there's actual like consequences now.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
That before it didn't carry on to other episodes. Just like
No.
you guys were just assholes, and then clean slate the next episode.
Yeah.
Now it's like
Which is great, and I love that kind of like
yeah.
humor. Like Rand and I have been watching The Simpsons starting from the beginning, kind
Nice.
of going. And so The Simpsons is kind of like that. Like it's like crazy stuff happens, and then like next episode, like
How many Simpsons are there? How many characters live in Springfield? thousands.
An exact amount? Okay. 1,042.
Oh,
It's quite a small town.
Is that the
actually.
actual number?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
there's just a lot of people that live in Springfield.
Yeah, and it kind of like resets every episode, so like
Yeah.
that works very well. But we wanted to make something that kind of, as my writing, I don't know, like for me anyway, as I kind of developed as a writer, like I realized that I really like stories that have kind of like a darker edge to them. Like I love death and like grief and loss and stuff like as themes, and so as you know, developing the show kind of coincided with me developing as a writer. I personally wanted to put a bit more like consequences and like depth into it.
I find I'm the same when I end up writing scripts. It's when I was in film school, like all my scripts ended with my main character dying, and because I could not end my stories. And to me, I was like, the biggest sacrifice is death.
Yeah.
Just like my main character always dies, even if it's a comedy. He just gets hit by a car at the end or something.
Yeah. Well, I think death is so like exciting because
Sorry.
it brings like up so many just like existential things about what
Yeah,
it means
what
just to like
happened,
be
'Cause
alive.
death is about life. I'm
I love
very
it.
good at writing.
I love it.
We went to university.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
So-
studied writing. So.
Yeah. So we know more than you.
But yeah, I think death is like just a really cool, like it just brings up so many things.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's why I think I keep going back
It's
to it.
characters that deal with death, characters
Excuse
that die. I
Yeah,
guess. That's
like
just
Rand is
interesting
currently
things.
dying.
I
It's
choked
very
on
interesting.
I choked
Live.
on the cider. I don't have a disease.
Okay. Okay.
So someone dies in what we've written. Just spoiler alert.
Yes. Spoiler. Jaden worked on something and someone dies
Yes.
in it.
Oh.
Yes.
Very shocking.
And Rand and Jaden?
And
Yeah.
Yes.
So like, what was something you wrote where it was like a comedy and like a character died, or like if a death was like,
Oh, I wrote a short film that I wanted to make into it. I was just thinking big, but it was I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. It was so long ago when I wrote it. But yeah, my character just dies at the end. He dies because he falls in love and he shouldn't have.
okay,
He just jumps into a relationship.
Did you finish your program at York?
No.
We love that.
I was there. Well, I met Jaden and Rand at York.
They were roommates.
we were
We were
roommates.
roommates, Aiden and Jaden.
That should
I-
have been the web series.
The Aiden and
To
Jaden.
be honest.
Aiden and
Sorry,
Jaden.
Rand, you're out. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I did York for a year and 2 months. I think I was there for a few
So
months.
did you do 2 months of second year?
Second year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened in
They-
those 2 months?
Cause so when my first year of university, I was like literally like a few points under my, what do you call it, GPA? I haven't been in school in so long. What do you call it? GPA? Is that the right
Average.
thing? Average? Yeah,
I
the
don't
average.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was like a few points down. I was in the film production program. They moved me to just bachelor, like just like a BA, and then I had to get my marks up to get back into it. And I was kind of like, fuck it, because I hated all the stuff I studied, and I was like, I don't want to study the idea of film. I want to do film, and that's when I started going to the Toronto Film School, a private college, and even then it was like I was like, I don't know if I'm good for school. I don't know if I do good in school.
I felt the
So-
same way. School's not really my thing.
No,
I
never
disagree.
liked school.
Rand's much more academic.
Yeah, you like school?
Yeah, I'm thinking about going back to school.
Oh, nice.
Master's program.
I don't think I will ever say those words.
No.
Okay.
In my life.
Never
That's
mind.
just
Goddamn,
the
like,
difference between you
That's
and
just,
me.
we all go on a different path,
yeah, that's fine.
and that's okay.
We
It
went
will
on
not
this,
be for an MFA though.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I shot a podcast with my good friend Dan Barraberger. Here's the little tag thing there. That's our new series, Press Start to Start, and we talked about
It's a great
going to
title.
school for like 20 minutes. We're just like, school's a waste of time. And at the end, we're just sitting there, we're like looking at each other like, unless it means something to you in your career, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But we're like, oh, it just never works for me, blah blah blah. And then we're just like, oh man, we're isolating a lot of people right now. Like, yeah, go to school if you're a doctor or want to do your master's or do something. But like us, it just didn't make sense for us. And yeah,
I want less educated doctors.
yeah,
I want fewer educated lawyers
yeah,
and engineers.
yeah.
So yes, cuts to education.
Yes,
Yeah.
this podcast endorses cuts to education. Am I correct to say
Is
that?
that like hashtag Ford Nation?
Yes.
Is that the hashtag?
Lecce will be on the next episode.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll get Doug Ford on here. Welcome to Game and Scotch, Doug Ford. Let's talk about cuts to education, huh? But
I no, I think like I was very happy I went to school.
Yeah.
Like I met Ryan at university. I met you at university. I met like a lot of really great
It's
people there.
experience
And in terms of writing, like I would say not the only, but probably the most important thing that I got out of university was the playwriting program that we did. And that really kind of opened my eyes to like, oh, writing is really like where I feel
Were you not
most comfortable.
into writing before that, or?
I was, like in grade 12 drama at my high school, you do like a 1-act play.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the first thing I like wrote seriously. In first year, like I kind of dabbled in it, but I didn't really think like I thought I wanted to act. Like I went to theater school because I wanted to act and be an actor. And then when I got accepted into playwriting, I wasn't even gonna accept it.
You weren't.
Yeah, I wasn't like I was not going to. Because I was like, it's not what I want to do. Like I don't want to. And then I ended up accepting it. And then
Sometimes you go like, will I just be a starving artist later in life, or is there money in doing what I am passionate about? And you should always do what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, I interrupted.
And that's okay. And at the time, I was like, oh, because it'll take up too much time. Like I don't know what excuses I was telling myself, but I was like, because I wanted to do theater studies. I didn't want to go into a stream.
Okay.
Because I wanted time to do stuff like outside of school.
Right.
Was my whole thing. And I was like, oh, like playwriting is going to take up too much time. Like, that was why I wasn't going to do it. Anyway, so I'm very happy I did it, obviously.
Yeah, me too.
And when I was in the class, that's kind of where I realized that writing.
That was the program you guys took at York? Was
Yeah.
the playwriting? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just acting, but
No.
No, so at York you get into the program, and then after first year you are asked to re-audition for whatever stream you want to be in. So there's acting, production, playwriting, and device theater, which we don't talk about. We don't.
Well, playwriting's not like its own stream though. Playwriting's just like a class, but you have to apply to get into it.
right.
And so
It's very prestigious. There were 9 students.
So for me, I just did general. Like you don't have to like go into a stream. You can do just general theater studies, which is what I did. And then I just did the playwriting program on top of that.
Cool.
But like the flip side of doing that was that theater studies was much more academic focus, which is not my strength.
Right.
Anyway, whatever.
I also did a double major in economics because I'm very smart, as you can tell from what I look like.
Yeah, I did not do it.
White silence.
Are we gonna address it?
Are we gonna
We're gonna talk about it? The silence of this
right
side
now?
of the
You
room.
want to talk about it right now? Game of Scotch is supposed to be fun, and we're supposed to be celebrating games and lifestyle.
I'm playing games with you.
That's true.
That's true. You don't specify which type of games in your title.
It's we've evolved from just like a gaming news channel to like now we're just like a lifestyle show. It's just like
That's great.
Just talking to different people, and if they happen to like games or any sort of games like board games, app games,
Yeah, mind games,
Well,
mind games,
manipulation.
Plague Incorporated is now like back on the app charts because of the coronavirus.
I heard it was like banned in some countries.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is this a phone game?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
this iOS game where you act as a virus and you want to like annihilate the world.
You don't want to like.
And it was like popular for like a few years, but then it like came back now because people want to play it again.
I don't really do mobile gaming.
No,
at all.
I can't find the right mobile game for me to keep my attention.
Yeah.
I just find I get bored, and I have like my Switch. So I'm just like playing my Switch.
What are you playing on your Switch right now?
I am playing. What the fuck am I playing? Oh, Fire Emblem. That's what I'm playing right now.
Okay.
I put it down and picked it back up, and that's about it. That's the story. I like it now. I didn't like it then. Now I do. What about you guys? I know, Jane, you play quite a bit. I'm actually like, I didn't know you had a Switch. So
I know.
That's exciting.
Did your heart swell when you saw it?
Kinda.
Yeah, like unhealthy, like
Yeah.
it's tight.
But not for the reasons that I saw the Switch. Health problems.
Yeah, at the moment I'm playing. I'm playing Luigi's Mansion 3, kind of just like in the background.
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing it for a while. I just got a game called Child of Light, which
That's a good one.
Have you played it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I just started it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the cancer one?
No,
Okay.
that's
Cancer one.
there's a game called My Brother Rabbit, which is like a puzzle game.
Oh.
And it's like the story is kind of like your little sister has cancer and you're kind of like helping her through her journey, but it's kind of told through like this kid's like imagination of it, so it's very cartoonish and you like solve puzzles to like
Is
get
it
her
like a
to the
point and
next
click like puzzle
Kinda,
game.
yeah.
Or, yeah.
yeah
What's it on Switch?
on Switch. Yeah, I don't know what else am I playing right now. I have a bunch of games. Like I have The Vanishing of Ethan Carter that I've never finished.
Yeah, I haven't played that one.
We're playing Monopoly on Switch.
Very
the,
cool.
The
Very,
Monopoly on
yeah.
Switch.
Fuck yeah.
It was on sale.
Very aggressive.
It's aggressive Monopoly.
Yes. It's just, yeah. I always
How is
lose.
it aggressive?
I just find it aggressive.
It does seem
It's
sometimes
like stressful. It's
Roll
like,
now, you're going to jail.
Oh my god, I have to mortgage everything. But it's also very efficient, so I feel like you can actually like win.
Yeah.
Instead of just
And
like,
you can't cheat because it's all on
count.
the
Yeah,
Switch.
exactly.
That was my issue my whole life with Monopoly. Everyone cheated. So that's why I'm the banker.
Yeah, I've actually been enjoying Monopoly on the Switch. I don't really enjoy it in person.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably moves quicker on the Switch, so you're not spending 8 hours on a board game. You're just,
yeah, there's no setup time.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to like make sure you follow the rules.
No one
'cause
fights
they
over
will
the race
enforce
car.
the rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but for games in general, I like I don't really go for like first-person shooters or stuff as much.
Me too.
I like.
Tell me a few games that you were playing. It's just like more story-driven.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
I love story-driven games.
I love a good narrative.
There's games for everything. Every
Yeah.
sort of medium. Every.
I have a Nintendo DS from like grade 8, and
Oh, yeah.
that's
That
just
console's
what
sick.
I've been using.
What are you
Like it
playing
was
on
in
it?
my basement for like years, and then I just dug it back up recently. I'm playing the Apollo Justice series right now.
Apollo Justice.
I have no idea.
He's a lawyer.
Is that the? That's not the Ace
I
Attorney.
think-
Oh.
yes.
That is
I
Ace
think
Attorney.
Okay.
I
It's like
think he's
objection.
Phoenix cousin or something. I don't
His
know.
cousin.
I'm just playing the game right now, but like the cases are very interesting.
Yeah, those games are crazy.
I also played this game over the summer. That was like, I couldn't put it down. It was called 9 Persons, 9 Doors.
Oh, I've heard of that.
9 doors.
9 person, 9 doors, 9 something.
Yeah, and you like go through different
Yeah,
doors.
you go through different doors, and then like you
On
like,
DS?
Yes, and you.
Wow.
It's one of the handful of mature rating games on DS. You like fucking die. I can say that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so like you
Fucking die.
You fucking die.
You can die.
Yeah.
And like people die.
You can die in Mario.
So like, no, but like it's not.
You
like,
can fucking die in
it's
Mario.
head
not,
gets severed.
violent.
Oh, like actually die.
You like.
Like not squashed by Thwomp. Like
Yeah, I wish
throat
there
cut.
was more gore. I mean, there's a gore element, but there's just like not like enough. But I really like
Right.
it. It's like a very good story, but it's like a room escape game. But it's like 80% of the game is point and read, and then the other 20% is puzzle solving. But it's just like very violent. I love that. So.
I like violent games too.
I like Life is Strange. It was
I
kind
played
of.
the first season. I loved it.
Mhm.
Did you play the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you started the second one?
No,
at all?
I was kind of waiting for it all to come out and go on sale for $2,
Right.
and then I was gonna play it. 'Cause
Right.
that's what I did with the first season.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's all out now.
it's all out. Okay.
Life is Strange really kind of opened my eyes to video games as like a storytelling medium. Because before that, I hadn't really, like, it was the first game I ever played where I was like really affected by what was happening.
Yeah.
And like the way it puts you in like those moral gray areas of like making decisions like that affects the story. Like I know it's been done before, but it was the first time me personally experienced like really being invested in what was happening.
Yeah.
And I also really liked how it was told episodically because I like TV in general, like the episodic kind of
Storytelling.
structure.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I just, that game like really just kind of like blew my mind. And I also liked how it was like a teen drama, but then it takes like a really dark turn.
Yeah.
And it has that really kind of like fucked up side of it.
And like sci-fi stuff to it too. and,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And so it just had like so much going on, and the sequel I really liked as well.
Yeah. It's a prequel, isn't it? Is it a prequel?
There was, so after the first season, there was Before the Storm, which is a 3-episode prequel.
Where you're that kid with superpowers. That's.
You're
Well, he thinks he has superpowers.
okay. So after the first season of Life is Strange, there's Before the Storm where you play as Chloe.
Oh.
And this is before Rachel goes missing, and so you and Rachel are like friends, and so it's a
Oh.
3-episode prequel to what happens in season 1. And then after that, there was The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
That's the kid with superpowers.
Yes, and
Okay.
so that was the prequel to season 2 of Life is Strange, because the character you play in The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit comes in like episode 2 of Life is Strange 2, and it kind of ties into the story of Life is Strange 2.
Did the decisions you make in that game affect the season 2 at all? Or
It did, yeah. Nothing like
Nothing major, but
yeah, nothing
so
super
you don't
major.
have to play it.
You don't have to, no. But it gives you, because Chris, the character that you play in Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, you like meet him and talk with him and stuff, and so it just gives you more backstory on like what his life is like, which
Yeah.
I think without playing it you would miss out on, because it just makes it a bit more.
Add a little bit more context to
Yeah.
what you're doing. Yeah.
But yeah, season 2 was really good. I quite enjoyed it. It was a little, I think, slower paced at times, but I really liked like the dynamic between the brothers.
Yeah.
And like your younger brother like learns from your actions and what you do.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of a cool mechanic.
Have you ever played? Do you know Telltale games?
Yes, I played I played part of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. They've made a shit ton.
They made a lot, yeah.
Not just Walking Dead. Like I would recommend like the Wolf Among Us is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's based off a comic book series where it's all the fairy tale creatures live among humans, and so you're the big bad wolf, and he's like kind of like a detective cop, and you're trying to solve murders, and it's just all fairy tale people. So it's like, you know, like Belle's in an abusive relationship with the Beast, and like it's like really
Cool.
fucked up. It's really fucked up, and it's really good. Like I would recommend that, and they're doing a season 2. It's really good.
Because I thought Telltale wasn't a thing anymore.
They were, and now they're back, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. So the company went under, and then they fired everybody, but I think they're coming back in some way, shape, or form, or their projects are continuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very sad because I do like those games a lot. I like this. Sometimes I just like turn my brain off and just like picking dialogue options and like talking to people. Sometimes I don't want to be murdering people, you know?
Well, you played Oxenfree. Did you finish Oxenfree?
No, I only played it on your couch when I could have.
What's Oxenfree?
It's like another kind of story-driven game.
Oh, okay.
You're like a group of teens on an island, and like sci-fi. It's very sci-fi.
It was very cool. I want to recommend Coming Out on Top. Do you know Coming Out on Top, Aiden?
I do not.
Okay. It's a porn game.
It's a porn.
It's a gay porn click and read game.
So not on the Switch.
No.
It's not, but it is on Steam.
It's on Steam.
I haven't played it.
Have you-
I told Ran about it.
Have you played?
it.
Oh, what's that? What's the dating game where you have to get like single dads or something? What's that game
Dream
called?
Daddy.
Dream Daddy. Yeah.
It's set up like
Is it like that?
Like a gal game, like a dating sim.
But it's like very graphic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like.
Is the objective to get laid, or what's the objective?
Well, I think so. There's two sort of storylines. There's an app within the game that you can click to like go on hookups. So those are like the goal is to get laid. And I never got laid. Like I had to read through to get laid with each guy because I like all my choices were wrong because it was all just like point and click. And then there were main storylines where you the goal was to date those main guys, but again, I didn't date anyone. I just graduated because in the story you're.
So the dating sim game, you're just not dating. You're just.
I wanted to date one
focusing
guy,
on my education.
But he didn't like my choices.
You didn't like it?
So
No?
I didn't get to have
Nothing
sex
happened?
with him. Yeah,
Aw.
but like it's very graphic. Like it's just like very beautifully drawn.
Yeah.
Like pictures of people having sex. You should all check it out.
So it's not like those like flash porn games. An actual like artist is actual.
It's
and is it well written?
designed,
Is it
it's well written.
Really?
It is kind of funny, like the
So it's
dialogue
kinda
that
like-
I've seen.
It's kind of like reading a erotic fantasy.
Yeah, it's like an
just, but
erotica.
video games. Yeah.
It's like the plot is like drawn out. So like the sex scenes are a little short in my opinion, but like it's definitely not like a flash sex game. But,
Yeah.
Like,
where it cuts to them and there's tentacles everywhere. And,
You have to work.
I feel
You really have to work for it. Like
Gotta
you have
work
to
for it.
like make choices so that they like you enough to like actually like kiss you first. And then,
Just like real life.
yeah, exactly. So it really helped because I was sad for a bit after my breakup, which we're not going to talk about.
I was about to ask, do you want to talk about it?
No.
No, I'm good. Okay.
Can you pause for a second? Can you turn off your ringer?
I just did.
Okay, sorry.
So
I didn't
I'm
see
very
it.
busy. So
All the
Very
calls.
popular. Where were we? Talking about porn games. My brain went off.
Well, I never finished talking about Oxenfree. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
we don't have to keep talking about.
I thought you were.
So, to a quick
okay.
disclaimer, Oxenfree is not the porn game. It is a separate game.
We don't have to. We don't have to go back to it. It
Okay.
was basically. It was. Anyway, if you have interest in story-driven games, Oxenfree is a very. It's like mostly just like dialogue. You choose lines of dialogue.
so it's coming out on top. Dialogue. You choose what you're gonna say next.
But it's very like you go to this island. You're a group of teens, and there's like demons kind of like fucking with you.
Yeah.
And it has a lot to do with like frequency and like radios and stuff,
Yes,
and they
I
like
remember.
communicate with you through the radios. And the demons will like fuck with your screen and like flip it upside down and like possess your friends and stuff.
It's kind of
and-
like this GameCube game where it's like you deal with sanity and like the game just fucks with you. Sometimes it'll just cut to like your saves are deleted. And you'd be like, what the fuck?
Are you talking about Doki Doki Literature Club?
No, but that is another. I do know that one.
Okay.
But there's I forget what it's called. But sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's okay. What's the game you?
I'd have to look it up because I literally can't remember.
If you taught
but it's on
English
GameCube.
in Japan as a white guy, you would know this game. But you didn't do that, right?
Which what?
I'm just saying, if you taught English in Japan as a white guy, you probably know this game.
Doki Doki?
Yes, Doki Doki Literature.
I've heard about it. I've never played it. But
yeah, it's like, yeah, like the game will like mess with your head and like they'll like delete save files.
Yeah.
On behalf of you, and it's like very meta.
Yeah.
And like to like go through certain routes, like you have to like go into the files and like delete a certain file, and then you can go. It's just very meta.
Cool.
I've never played it,
I
but
like
my
that.
roommate talked about it.
Yeah, my coworker talked about Doki Doki a lot, and I just didn't listen because it sounded like not my cup of tea. But do you ever hear like the bullshit with like Metal Gear Solid, like with some of the meta breaking stuff? So like one of them, like this character, his name's like Psycho Mantis, and he's like controlling your character, and to fight that you have to take your controller out of player 1 and plug it into player 2 because it controls player 1's controllers. Yeah, I just love that meta stuff. Like it'll like read your memory cards, like, oh, I see you've been playing Rayman 2 or something. And
Yeah.
I love that meta stuff.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, anything where like the story is actually like using the medium to its full potential, like using the very like container of how the story is being told to tell the story. I think it's just a really cool thing to do.
Only now are video games really exploring that sort of element.
I think they always, in one way or another, have, but it's become popular in the past, like,
because you see it in theater, you see it in movies, like you
Yeah.
see people breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, all the time.
I just remember it. So in Doki Doki, like the guy would be like, no, the girl would be like, oh, you can't. So it's a dating sim game. It's like, you can't talk to Yuki anymore because I deleted her save file. Yeah. It's
Yuki,
like that.
no.
Yeah. So like the character will literally be gone.
Yeah.
I love that. That's
and
so
it's,
cool.
it's just effed up.
Yeah.
It's very meta. Anyway, sorry.
I'm also. I'll just list a couple more games I really like.
Yeah.
I love Firewatch. You tried playing it, but you didn't like it, right?
I tried playing it, but then my MacBook died, so then I didn't continue it. I thought it was also very like it was kind of a slow burn.
Yeah, because it's mostly walking in that one.
Yeah.
And, like,
Which is a complaint to hear sometimes that like walking simulators sometimes people call like narrative heavy games.
Have you played holy shit, I am just brain farting today. It's the one where you walk around this house.
The Sims?
No. What was it called?
Is it like a mystery in the house?
It's a mystery, yeah. Well, like you come home from I think college or something, and your family's gone, and there's
Is
like,
it Gone Home?
Gone Home. That's the one.
I haven't played
That's
it.
basically a walking game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like a walking simulator?
Yeah. But like
Did you like it?
I did like it. It was really short, but my only disappointment is that I do like horror games, and it like builds it that it's gonna be a spooky experience because like you go up and then you're reading journal entries about I'm hearing scratching on the walls or there's something in the attic or and then like you see like these kind of spooky pictures of like this spirit thing, and I'm like hell yeah, let's scare me, like this is great, and then it never really happens. You kind of go up in the attic and your mom's like I love you. that's the game.
I can't do horror games.
No?
I get really.
I love horror games.
I Gone Home I put on my wish list like a very long time ago, and every time I get a notification from Steam, like every 2 weeks, like item on your wish list is on sale, it's Gone Home. It's always on sale.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Literally every 2 weeks I get a notification like it's like 50% off.
Yeah. Steam also just has crazy sales. Like I wish I had Steam. Well, I do have Steam, but I run a Mac, so it's really limited at what I can play. Yeah.
I used to every year, like when they had their holiday sale, I would just like go on a spree. That's when I got like Planet Coaster, and that's when I got like Firewatch and like a bunch of indie games because they were like all on like crazy.
I still have
discounts.
to play Firewatch. I feel like I'd like it a lot.
It's good. It has kind of like a creepiness to it.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's weird stuff happening in the park, and it has kind of like a. And there's sadness underneath it all, which I really like.
Voice acting.
Yeah, I heard the voice acting is really good.
Yeah, that's what I like about it as well.
Yeah.
And another really great game that I like is called What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't.
It's about death. um, you're like kind of the last surviving member of your family.
Okay.
And not in like a horror way, but just like everyone else has like died. And you go back to like your old childhood home and you kind of just like explore how each member of your family has died. And
Jesus.
like you play through like different family members' deaths, kind of like it's their own little mini game. But it's like each death is different, like cartoon style and like different game style. And so it's kind of like depending on the character, like the art style kind of matches the story of how they died. And it's just like a really interesting way to kind of frame death. And I just thought it was very well done.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like an uplifting game, but I don't want to be.
You won't
uplifted.
feel happy after.
No,
but be a good story.
But I also love like Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
The SpongeBob games.
Yeah.
Hit and Run.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the classics.
Yeah.
What's
Hit and Run
that
is
Simpsons game?
Hit and Run?
Okay, sorry.
There's also Road Rage, which I've actually never played.
Yeah, Hit and Run, Road Rage is really good. I even remember just the Simpsons movie game was fun. Like, it was pretty simple.
Oh yeah, I had it for the Wii.
Yeah, it was simple beat 'em up game. Yeah.
Yeah, I never actually finished it. There was some level I was stuck on, but I thought I was recently actually watching like a video about that game, kind of about like Simpsons game history in general. And
Is that Did You Know Gaming?
yes, that was part of it.
Okay.
Those are very interesting videos.
Yeah.
They're like hour longs.
Yeah.
On like
Yeah.
I watched
Way
one
too much information.
on Super Mario Sunshine and like the development, like all that. Like it was really interesting.
Did you know the lead developer was a Nazi?
All right.
Oh. Oh, jeez.
And if you look behind this wall in this level, you will see some problematic
You clip through this wall here.
propaganda in the game. No, but I was going back and watching clips of the Simpsons game, and I don't know. I feel like maybe it was like a little too meta.
Yeah, like the collectibles, like gaming cliches or something.
And they're like in like a video game like factory, and there's like
Yeah.
old characters, and I'm like, okay, like this is like
It's too
meta's
cliche.
great, but it was like a little. Like,
It was like slapping your face with meta. It was
Yeah.
like, okay, all right. That's how I feel with Deadpool sometimes. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it.
I've never actually seen Deadpool, but I feel like sometimes like it is kind of a crutch people lean on to be like, any shortcomings of this thing can be chalked up to like, oh, it's meta and like satire, like we kind of mean to be like, you know.
Yeah, it's meta.
You know.
You wouldn't get it because I went to university.
Went to York University.
York University.
The most prestigious
for playwright.
for fine
Right.
arts.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's talk about our show again.
Yeah, let's go back to Ray and
Let's
Jaden.
go back to our show.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave the web show in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Subscribe to it, please.
Please.
Please. And subscribe to
Oh,
this
God.
channel too.
And this one.
This one, both.
Yes.
Actually, you have 15 more subscribers than us, I think.
15?
Yeah.
We hit
25,
220.
Yes, 15. 14.
15.
We have
14.
206 as of right now.
I don't know how you get people to sub.
So until we're even, don't subscribe to Game and Scotch. Only
Like, just make sure
subscribe
we
to.
catch up.
That one is for
first.
even, like one
Okay.
for one.
All right, editing, Aiden, cut this part out. Yeah, cut it out. Cut it out.
No, it's trying to build. As I'm sure you found with the podcast, like trying to get to or reach any sort of audience is very difficult.
There's a lot you can do to get as many eyes as you can on your content, but sometimes things just hit and they miss.
Yeah.
With the internet, like sometimes, like I'll be shocked with some videos that blow up, and then videos I think will blow up are just
Well, one of your
duds.
videos has 13,000 views.
18 now.
18.
Yours?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
and 0.02 subscribed from that. So
Well,
success story? Not really.
what's the video?
It was a reaction to Super Smash Brothers stream thing. Like they were
Okay.
introducing new characters in the game.
Right.
And it was like this big reveal, and I flipped the fuck out. And like the thumbnail was just, I was just so sweaty because it was in the summer too. So you see like my nipple sweat there, and I've just got my arms up, and it's a funny thumbnail. So I think that's why people watched it.
Cool.
But I got a lot of hate from it too. Very mean people on the internet.
What hate did you get from it?
Like in the comments?
Or is it too painful?
In
We
the
don't wanna
comment,
go-
it's painful.
we don't wanna go back to it.
That's between me and my therapist. It was like, so it was me and my friend Dan, and he's a young buck. So people thought it was like, oh, is this like a father-son reaction?
Oh, wow.
I was
How
like,
old is
wow. He's like, well, he was I think he was 19 at the time. So
Okay.
how even? Yeah, it was just very strange. It was just like, and people were like, it was like slightly off sync too, like because I was at the time still learning how to record stuff, and it was slightly like the reactions were a little delayed, but I don't know. It was good. It was good. It's just like when you're open to that many people, especially gaming, like a lot of like especially pop culture, like a lot of people are looking to hate on stuff, so it's kind of not think about it. But that was like the first time where I was just kind of like, whoa, do I want to keep putting myself out there if I'm gonna kind of see some of this awful shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but
I did a video in grade 8 once. It was like a math project about adding and subtracting fractions.
yeah.
Did I show you? I might have shown you this. It has over 100,000 views.
Oh, like
Oh
holy
my
shit.
god.
And it was
find it later.
me and my friend Brendan who made it, and we did this song, and our voices were like this. What it was an irritating video, like
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
all the comments are like you're gay, or like fags, or like I want to kill myself,
Gay.
just all of that.
They want to kill themselves?
Yeah, like your voice
Well,
makes me want to
good.
kill myself,
Well-
like all stuff like that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But yeah, we have 100,000 views.
There you go.
I have actually 2 videos that have over 100,000 views
I
on my
have.
channel.
So when
I
I
won't
was
talk
at
about that
York,
anymore.
we were doing this curation project for animation or something. So I had to, for my TA to watch it. I had downloaded a Yogi Bear video and then reposted on my channel.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I sent her the links to all these, and then that video has over 1 million views now. Has 1 million. If you search Yogi Bear Escape Yellowstone Park, my video's at the top, and it's a clip from another episode. It's literally like a 2-minute clip, and it like blew up. And now my personal YouTube channel. So now I'm kicking myself. I should make Game and Scotch my personal channel.
Yeah.
Has like probably 2,000 subs now. I'm like, fuck.
Why would someone subscribe?
I don't know. That's literally the only thing that's on the channel. It was like the only. So I was like wondering, I'm like, is it just bots? And then that might not be
Yeah.
bad to start with 2,000 subs for
Yeah.
my Game and Scotch stuff. But I was just kind of like, no, man, my content's gonna be so good. I'm gonna grow so super fast.
Yeah.
Too late.
Not the case.
It'll come. It'll come, you know.
Okay.
If you build
Yeah,
it, they will come,
exactly.
however that goes.
We've been promoting. We just started like last week. We've been promoting on Reddit. We just
I heard. Yeah, Jaden was
post
telling me.
everywhere.
So Game and Scotch ran Jaden. Is that what it is?
No.
Or
we
you don't
just
have a
posted
subreddit, just
Different
post it.
channels. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anonymously.
Okay. Yeah, we have a subreddit that my buddy is moderating. But yeah, I tried posting, like I tried making a meme from one of my things, and it just I got this like someone put like a YouTube clip, and I clicked on it, and then like it's like kind of creepy video, like this family looking at the camera being, lol bro, that's so funny, but they're all like monotone, so that was offensive too.
So sorry, Aiden.
It's okay.
No, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I think like part of
It's difficult to get it organically. I know
Yeah.
there are travel blog women that like buys their views.
Yeah, I
I'm
heard
thinking
about
from a
that too.
girl that I went to high school with.
Mhm.
Like, I just think the world. I know this has been said in our web series, but I love this line. But I think the world needs more young female travel bloggers. I want to watch your vlog from Copenhagen
I want to watch your blog.
everyone's just really hungry for more
for
young female travel bloggers,
Mhm.
which is a line from episode 6. Part
Random
2.
Jaden.
Is that the
Season 1.
is that the one where it's at your apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Happy
I've
New
watched
Year,
these
rest in peace.
1,000 times.
I'm just making a case for ourselves. Like, Jaden is gay. That's okay to say, right? I'm also gay.
Is that are you okay with that?
Is that okay to
with
say?
saying that. And I just feel like for so long, like our stories haven't really been told, and I truly do feel like our story deserved to be told. At least what we've written so far that hasn't been filmed yet. Like it does have a lot of merit, and I feel like it's just this voice that really hasn't been showcased, at least not in Canada anyways.
Is that what your new story arcs can be sent around? It's kind of like real life stories?
Yeah, I say so. Like
In
it's
a way,
just
or-
the tribulations of. Am I saying that word right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is my second
Maybe
language,
like turn to the camera a bit more.
Yeah.
but
Actually,
Like-
kind of like off the frame a little bit. Just move closer to Jane a little bit. There you go.
is that okay?
Yeah.
We're not together, by the way.
Don't just
We're-
don't.
Yeah, they are.
this is the time to announce.
Coming out on episode 52.
Yeah, it's just like about like my story with interracial dating and Jaden's storyline with like insecurity as a gay person, and
Like body image is a big thing.
yeah, and I do think there's a lot of merit in that, and I hate to say it has more merit than other stories, but you know, like that is how I feel, unfortunately.
Well, I think, yeah, like you said, in Canada, it's like I can't. This isn't to say it doesn't exist, but I can't think of anything like a prominent TV show, web series, or like film where like a gay male experience has kind of been like at the forefront of it.
And you can't say Schitt's Creek because it didn't do it for me.
Well, Schitt's Creek is like it's great that there is not even just like a gay guy, but like a pansexual. Like it wasn't even just like a
Isn't he like
standard.
Was he bisexual? Because he
I think he identified as pansexual was kind of the
okay.
which is great, but like we've talked about before, like you can't expect like you can't put the burden of comprehensive representation of an entire community on one character from one TV show. And I said this before, that like queer women have done a really good job at like making space for themselves in like Canadian web series. Like there's a lot of female focused queer web series. But in Canada anyway, there hasn't been like the gay male perspective.
And, I mean,
as
there's
much.
so many shows where there's a gay character.
Yeah.
Right? But that's exactly what you're saying. It doesn't.
It's like, where's the gay lead
Yeah,
character?
it
Is
doesn't
this like where I
encompass
would?
my experience. So I just like when I see like girls going to Copenhagen and getting like 400,000 views, and it's like, why? I can go to Copenhagen. I don't need your opinions on where I should go. Like, you have to eat this place, gelato behind the tower of whatever. Like, no, thank you. I just, but like, they really have an edge to them. Like, people enjoy those videos, and I watch them, and I just wish there was a place for us, and that's, I guess what we're trying to carve first.
Why I think satirizing like the millennial life experience through a queer lens works so well is because both experiences are so centered around like a degree of absurdity and hyperbole and things being like over the top, nonsensical. Like so much of coming of age, when we've come of age, has been, first of all, like the rapid advance of technology, just how quickly like society has changed in that aspect. And also like you know, like, oh, going to work 4 jobs because you can't afford like where you live, and on your way to your shift, like there's threat of nuclear war between these 2 countries, but like you're too busy to worry about that because like you can't afford your apartment, and like the job market sucks. Like everything's kind of like, and also like climate change, hearing about it day in day out, like the world's gonna end in this many years, like we have this many years to turn things around, or else like it's gonna be like, it's so much kind of chaos and like absurdity like all the time. And the gay experience is also quite like that, I feel, from things like drag, or just like the colloquialisms, or the type of dance, or even just life experience, like being kicked out of your house as a teenager, or ostracization. Like that's all very kind of like over the top absurd experiences, and so I feel like they go hand in hand very well as like a lens to satirize it through.
And there's just not enough stories about that. Is that?
Yeah, not in our opinion.
No.
And there's so many different facets of being gay.
Yeah.
I don't think can be encompassed in the girl's best friend is gay, and he is like one of the leading characters. That's just not enough time.
And that's something that
No, sorry. No, sorry.
and that's something that like I really want to do with, like, as we hopefully progress and make more narrative content, is like opening it up to other queer experiences.
Yeah.
Because it's hardly like 2 gay men can encompass the entire community of LGBTQ plus people.
Because at one point we said we were an LGBT series, but then we realized it's actually
Like, we're
only
not.
the G.
We're gay.
So we had envisioned to include trans characters. We had an idea for a Toronto drag queen character going forward. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But the show's about two gay.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's so my like I feel like it's in order to be authentic, because we had a conversation about this. Like in order to be authentic, like we need to start with like our own experiences and write those, which is what we've done.
right.
But then building on that and branching out from that, I want to open it up to other like segments of the queer community, because it's so diverse and conflicting and contradictory and just like any other community.
Flesh out just for Jaden and Ran and I, and we don't have the full spectrum of characters that we would want yet, but just for me, like there's the whole like me being sexualized by white people, me being infatuated with wanting to date white people, which is the truth, and
That's not just a gay thing.
yeah,
No.
that's not just a gay thing, but also just how my sexuality plays into my race, and how that changes my family dynamic. And Jaden, like, confidence, body image is not just a gay thing, and he also explores with how he wants to be a like a influencer, right?
Yeah,
And
like an
that's-
internet
That
star.
isn't just a gay thing, like it's a millennial thing, it's a human thing.
Yeah.
God, I hate
Well, everybody can relate to comedy, right?
Yeah.
If something's funny, everyone's gonna laugh. Doesn't matter what you think of whatever.
Well, I think it's kind of a question of partially like marketing ourselves.
Right.
And I think it's different how we market ourselves to like a production company or like a granting body or something, as opposed to like once we have something to actually promote to people. I think then, you know, we would not focus as much on like we're a gay series. First of all, because like we said, we don't encompass the entire community. So I don't want to like self-proclaim like, oh, we are like a beacon of queer representation,
Right.
because that wouldn't be accurate. And yeah, also like I think if we kind of fell into that, I don't know if to call it a trap is right, but like
Yeah.
I feel like it might limit people who otherwise wouldn't go to like the gay and lesbian section on Netflix. Like I think like we've established, like it's primarily a comedy series,
Yeah.
but for the sake of like development and like trying to almost from like a logistical standpoint, trying to like differentiate ourselves, like
We're
we are a gay,
Like just
gay.
as
Yeah.
as an example,
which is kind
like,
of cynical. but-
like Schitt's Creek. Like I'm not saying it's a because whatever, but like I really liked it and I enjoyed it, and then they also in a way represented something, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
correct to say, or
Yeah, no,
Um,
absolutely. I mean, definitely, like, we would have a bit more of a gay angle to ours
Yeah.
than Schitt's Creek, but I think what was great about that was that it's not like they touted, you know, like, we are
Yeah.
gay friendly,
No.
really. Like, it was
No.
part of the storyline.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, I don't think Schitt's Creek maybe would have reached the success it reached if it was, like, marketed as, like,
right,
a gay-centric or a gay-inclusive series,
right.
you know?
So
Maybe
it's
it
like,
would, but
do
I
you
wouldn't
market
think-
your web series as that, or do you try to just go, hey, this is a comedy series that happens to have two gay leads?
I think, honestly, it's selective. It's
Yeah.
bands. I mean, at this point, I'd say like we really lean into the gay angle of it,
Yeah.
because we're really trying. Like we're still at the point of like trying to develop and reach our core audience, which at the end of the day will be
Yeah.
gay men and women in Canada,
Yeah.
like 18 to whatever. Like that's kind of our core audience.
Mhm.
So I think right now it's appropriate to still really lean into that.
Yeah. But about like where we are now,
Yeah.
and sort of our, not, I don't want to say frustrations, but just like struggles with what we've been going through, I guess. So season 0, we did 6 episodes of unrelated sketches, so 6 separate sketches, and I know Aiden was part of that. So we filmed that back.
You filmed all of them for us, right?
I think so. There's one I didn't film because I couldn't-
Drama free.
That was drama free, yeah.
Right.
But even then, I think I shot something from it. But like the park, I wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
And I was,
interrupted.
yeah.
Weren't you?
I really liked that
Were
one.
you not at Evergreen with us for drama? For no, you weren't.
No,
you did
I
not.
couldn't
No, that
make
was
it.
for free.
I was there for free. That was at the train
Okay.
tracks, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I was
everything
there.
Anyways, we filmed it summer of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Man.
Yeah, so
4 years
then
ago.
we
Yeah.
just wrote 6 separate unrelated sketches, as we were saying. There were no narrative arc. Everything sort of reset. Mallory, who's our co-star, played different characters in different episodes. So then those sketches came out in 2017, summer of 2017. So it took 1 year of post-production. And then since summer of 2017, we've just sort of been writing, shooting one-off sketches and uploading those. And now we are in spring of 2020. So throughout that time, we have been working on a full season of episodes. So there are 12 episodes. They're about 10 minutes each, and there is a narrative arc. And so in those 3 years since the first series of videos came out, we've just been applying to grants. This is the thing.
Nothing happens without money.
Yeah. In Canada, though, there's a lot more government support for artists than in the US. I think we talked about that with Michael Henry, right? Who's this YouTuber in West Hollywood who's very famous. Why are you laughing?
I'm not. I'm smiling.
Good. Yeah, there just isn't anything really like that in the States because, I mean, the entertainment industry is like very self-driven, so the government doesn't feel like it needs to help out. But
Hollywood?
yeah, I guess so. But so in Canada, like, the government does feel like it needs to churn out Canadian content, so it wants to support people that want to do that, essentially, right? So we do have the privilege of having those options. But that being said, we've been sort of just not upset with ourselves. Well, no, not upset with ourselves, but just sort of frustrated with the whole process of trying to get grants. A, we're not getting them, but B, just the criteria that we're not meeting and the criteria that other people are easily meeting. Like, I know, yeah, there was a web series that was about like hot babes and like action, and it got funding, and I just don't understand why our stories can't. And so we tried for IPF twice and didn't get it. And I'm not gonna lie, it is very discouraging.
Yeah, well, I think, yeah, like everyone always says anyway, but like the rejection aspect of just trying to get into this type of industry is it can be very discouraging. And yeah, we've applied to multiple things over the years, and kind of being rejected by everything makes it hard to like want to keep going. I mean, I think part of it like is,
especially when you believe in the thing you're doing, it's like, I really believe this is something that needs to happen, and then you keep getting no's. It's
mean,
what the fuck?
I will say that like the first time we applied to IPF, like I don't think should have gotten it. Like if we had gotten the money back then, like I don't think we would have been able to make something great. Like
Fair enough.
Like I think
Now with the experience that you guys had, like you could.
Yeah, like I think, I mean, since then, like when we were first starting out, like, yeah, I think we had, like, at least myself, I had a lot of learning to just like how productions worked, like, and how pre-production happened, and just like the process of making something. Like I had no idea, and it's really only been like the last year that I've really come into like understanding the process, and it's helped getting experience like on sets and like doing my own stuff, like just like learning how everything works. That now I feel a lot more prepared, and I feel like now we're in a much better position to like get funding
For when it does happen, you're gonna have a lot more.
Yeah, and like we've spent time developing the scripts, and like if we had made those scripts that we, you know, like 2-3 years ago, like I just think.
Yeah, I mean the scripts are in a much stronger place now.
Yeah,
They're
so
a
like
lot more poignant. So I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, but like back then, like when we were first applying to
Close
things.
to the mic.
Back then, like when we were first applying to things, like I think we were, you know, like we didn't really have a full understanding of like what is actually needed for like a good developed like pitch and like so yeah, like it's definitely been discouraging, but it's taught us a lot, and like each time we've applied to something new, like we've come at it with like more experience and like being more prepared and like having a better, I think, product to pitch. And so I feel like now we're in a really good position to like we have like a couple of great producers on board, and we're working with a broadcaster, which is exciting.
Top secret.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make it known soon.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like we're in a much better place, which we would not probably have gotten to if we had maybe gotten
And you were
funding
saying
earlier.
how every year we have more to offer. So it's not like everything has been stagnant. Like, oh, we've gotten a bunch of no's, but it's not like we didn't have new things to add to the team. We had new team members. We've had new resources. We've had new ideas and content. So.
Yeah.
And you're slowly growing your online presence too. Like
very slowly.
Even if it's
Very,
slow,
very
like
slowly.
it's growing. Like it can't not grow.
Like I said, all organic. We haven't paid for fake followers.
We have promoted.
Yep. We have
Posts,
promoted,
but
we've not
we've done
purchased
Instagram
followers.
posts.
I'm thinking about that girl that I went to high school with. I know you did. So.
But I still think, like, as an emerging artist in this country, like, as great as it is to have all these grants that you can apply to, I can't help but feel that it is still sometimes gatekeepery and like even things that are designed for like emerging artists, like there's still like a certain amount of experience that they want you to have under your belt, which like I completely understand, but it's, you know, unless you have the resources to kind of make stuff on your own, it's just tough, like to get that, you know, it's all the circle catch-22, like they want you to have experience and they want, you know, to get the experience you need to, like, you know, network and make those connections, and it's hard, basically is what I'm saying, which is not revolutionary, but I think it's, you know, as great as the granting system is, it's not as friendly to emerging creators as I think some people think it is.
Yeah.
How long have we recorded?
We're at an hour.
Oh wow, that was an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
This is related to video games.
Okay. What is? Oh, that's the topic today?
No, like what I'm about to say.
Okay, yeah. What's up?
On a related note, I actually really do want to get into writing for video games as well.
Yeah. Is there a lot? There's a lot of opportunity in Toronto. I think there's actually quite a bit of game development in Toronto.
I've come across some job postings for like mobile game companies, and yeah, I would really just love to. Like, I love how intimate an experience it is with your audience. Like, it's usually a one-on-one thing. So from a story perspective, like, to get to your audience when they're the most vulnerable, is just really exciting to me. And so I'm trying to write my first game in Twine at the moment. Have you ever used Twine?
No, what is that?
It's like a software that you use to write like branching games. Like
So it's like,
games.
option A, option B leads to this.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's a free software. So I'm trying to write my first game in that at the moment.
Way to play it.
It's been in the first few options for about 6 months now, but I am always thinking about it.
Do you want toast? Yes or no?
Or maybe.
Maybe. And then the bomb drops.
It kills you because indifference
Indifference
kills.
is
the
bad,
message.
is wrong.
Yes.
Be certain.
Every decision has consequences.
Exactly.
But so does indecision. I hate myself for saying that.
We went to university.
We went to university.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
Okay, cool.
Is there anything else we wanted to talk about, or is that about?
None.
None.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been kind of we've been talking about this for a bit.
Reviewing one beer with us.
Yeah, I know. I had 3 beers,
Cider.
but we got so into
Cider.
it. Cider.
I know.
We got so into it.
No, thank you for having us on here.
Yeah.
I really appreciate. Yeah, it was just like really
Yeah.
nice to talk about.
So fun.
So
So fun. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and you out there, if you're still watching, thank you so much. Holy shit, you're still here.
You made it.
That's crazy. You've made it. That's it. You've made it. Smash that subscribe button. Slap that bell.
aggressively.
Yeah, really fucking hit it. Check out Rand and Jaden's web series. I'll leave a link to that in the description. And check out our new podcast series I got with danbarraberger, Press Start to Start. We shot a new one, so that's hopefully out before this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long this one takes me to edit. This one might take me a bit.
We have a lot of Aiden, cut that. No, we don't want that. Aiden,
I think I have a few things where I'm like, Aiden, cut that. Aiden, what you said there, cut that out.
Just mute.
Just mute it. Shut the fuck up.
Him out.
You don't ever shut the fuck up. But yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'll leave our
Jaden.
Discord server in the description. We also have a Twitch stream. That's about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Guess that's about it.
Ashley Madison.
Ashley
Yep.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
BMO.
BMO. Doki Doki social app.
Neopets.
Neopets. Is that still a thing? Neopets?
I think so.
There's also bootleg Club Penguin.
I thought. Oh, okay. Bootleg.
Cool.
Because I thought they killed it.
Yeah, they did, but now there's a
Fuck
bootleg
'em.
version.
Yeah, fuck Disney, man.
Find us on
Ruin
the dark
Star
web.
Wars and ruin Club Penguin.
Good game.
That's another topic for another time.
Let's dig into it.
Let's just talk about Club Penguin and Star Wars and how Disney messed it up. We'll have a great night or day or whenever you're watching this, and appreciate the like and subscribe, and please hit that bell.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.